Howdy folks, it is Lansow90 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kerbal Space Program, where we are about ready to try to orbit the planet. We nearly made it with our last vehicle. The heat shield has to be tested at a certain height and stuff, so we can't just take it and use it. Unfortunately. Protective arrow shell on a suborbital trajectory. Yeah, that's just really annoying thing. Any of them where you have to do them at a time and place stink. Now these actually aren't too bad, but you have to fly to them, and flying takes a long time in this game, so probably not gonna... Ooh, that's weird. Oh, it's a shadow of the mountain. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's about to be nighttime here. Not in real life, but well, I guess in real life too. But yeah, we have flight engineer now, or Kerbal engineer. Hopefully that's what we need to be able to see like what our altitude is without having to go to the map, because that helps a lot with flying things. Hopefully it's just the engineer. Hopefully it's not MechJeb. Now, there's something to be said for launching at night, just because you'll have power at the start of your flight from your engine, and then you're not going to have power by the time you get back to the sunlight. Whereas if you launch in the daytime, a lot of your daytime travel is going to be taken up by already just the process of getting to space, you know. Just something to keep in mind. I don't know what our best option is. Daytime launches are usually a little better. Yeah, let's do it for the sake of video clarity, at least. I remember that this Africa vaguely shaped continent is where the KSP is. And our space center is right on the equator, which makes things very nice. Okay. Vehicle assembly building. So, you know, Sally 2 works. Here you go. Here's our Delta V and stuff. I don't know if we can at least see what our Delta V is, but I don't know if we can use it to actually figure out if it's enough here, or if I have to go online and see like what do we need to get out of the atmosphere. I do not know, but we should have some new stuff available now. Actually, we don't really have any new engines or anything, but I can shrink down these fuel tanks, which these will be more part efficient than those. Gotta be a way to copy parts. It's not Control C though, so I don't really know how that is done. I've seen it done by other YouTubers, but I don't know the trick. Go. Winglets may help as well. It is annoying that you don't have any control. Does this thing have control? Manned. Oh, pilot assist available. Charge 1.5. This one's more efficient per minute. Data transmitter internal. It doesn't say anything about control surfaces. Do I have any kind of basic SAS yet? I could. Well, we kind of need a nose cone anyway, but I wonder if a nose cone is cheaper than a parachute weight-wise. hopefully it will be worth the wait. You are 0.1 tons versus 0.03 tons. 0.1 tons. There you go. That's lighter. I think these need to be oriented like this. Bigger solar panels, better transmitters. Kerbal engineering. I don't know if we have to slap this on here because sometimes, depending on what version of Kerbal engineers, sometimes these are just here. But how's this one look? Yeah, it's bigger. It's gonna strap it on like that. Who cares? Not returning. These two are this part cannot return because it's going to be in orbit, so we don't need that. So last, those just are what they are. Yes, we have launch stabilizers. No reason to not use them. And I think we're good. Hoping that this is all we need to get there without any extra fuel or anything. It should be. This is no longer Salai 2. Not really sure where I want to put this, by the way. This is, I looked up a word. Orbis was the name for orbit, but it sounded just a little bit silly, so I looked up some other stuff. We're going to do Realtus. Realtus 1, which apparently means very high. First, orbital probe attempt. Do not know its fate yet. All right. I think that's all she wrote. We don't know if we should mess with you. I don't think so. See what we got. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want. The apoapse height is very important so that I don't overshoot my goals. Should have some better steering with extra winglets. Though they did add a bit of weight. We have a lighter nose cone and a lighter midsection because there's a few less parachutes. Unless they're physicsless parts, but I don't think they would be. They're not caps lock, so yeah, fine. I don't know what that is, man. I've got no idea. It started coming up once we started getting these, but it's not like all of them are like that, so yeah, keep an eye on that. Once that's above 70, we're in very good shape. And yes, there is like a very specific like curve of like when you should start gravity turning and how much you should be gravity turning, what speed you should be at per your rate up, but as long as I'm not like doing damage to the spacecraft by either going too fast or doing damage to the spacecraft by turning over too fast, I don't worry about it that much. Like now we're way over the app. Oh god, now we're going too fast. Oh. Actually, we don't need to do that. I'm dumb. We're just gonna let it spin out of control for a bit. Because the thing doesn't have a good enough SAS, or it doesn't have any SAS apparently. Actually may have messed up because we're very high. Probably could have just saved this whole stage here for once we were up here, but guess what? We can do that now. I could have waited till they're pointed in the right direction, but it'll be fine. So long as we have electrical charge. It's a very small amount of burn, so we have some control. Apparently I can't really rotate though. Makes sense, I suppose, but you think it would have gyros enough to at least rotate, but I'm just gonna keep it on the horizon. Once we have some actual SAS enabled satellites, this will help quite a bit. Or it'll help quite a bit. Might not make it. Damn it. Fine enough. Alright, well, might as well get what data we can then. Nothing left there. Can transmit. I just wish we could rotate this thing, man. That should be sense, mystery goo, transmit. Oop. Yeah, that's fine. Stupid solar panels are not pointed in the right directions. Highly annoying. I think that would have worked if I had just like saved all my fuel for the very end, but I started to panic a little bit because our probe was rotating while we were still in the atmosphere. Stupid solar panels are just not quite pointed where they need to be. It's extremely frustrating. It's going to get a little bit more power now because the wind's knocking it around at least. Maybe it'll get enough power to send its last bit of data. If it goes down butt first, it'll have more of a chance to do it. Only the glitch remains. All right. That's fine. It wasn't going to come back down anyway and survive, so. Real decoupler at the launch site is extremely easy. Don't mind if I do. Let's see, we should have enough for this. Use some smaller engines. Flight control. I wonder if you need both though, or if you just need the one. On research, we do need it. Okay, because we do need flight control pretty badly. Extra wings when it hurts either. Okay. All right, pre-halt this one. Failure. Don't really need to elaborate on it because it was mostly my personal failures. I do wonder if, just to prepare for an advance, if we should. Maybe it was just happenstance that those weren't facing the right way before, but second orbital probe attempt. It'd honestly be easier to send a Kerbal, but silly as that may be. All right, let's get you out of here. You shouldn't need anything. We should just toss this on there and I think it's Jeb's turn. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter that much. They're not going to get XP for it. Urban launch site. Activate the part through the staging sequence when the conditions are met. Send. That exploded pretty big. That's a very cheap contract. It doesn't earn you very much, but it's also free, so you might as well do it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, It counted as completing a mission, though, so there you go. Think we can do any of those, really? Wonder if a better tracking station would help us out. How expensive is the tracking station upgrade, though? I didn't mean to click on it. I think we ought to right click on it. I'll at least do the cheap upgrades first, because pretty important. Disembark. Gonna need that soon. Might as well get it now. Flight planning. I wonder what that is. I'm spending the big bucks. All right. Vehicle assembly building. Realtus 2. Honestly, I think it's a little heavy at the start, but then it gets getting going too quick once it's up higher. I think we can take it down to 50. That'll give us a little bit extra speed or extra distance. And then we just need to pay attention to our Kerbal engineer this time. All right, just try again. Might not even need any science equipment this time because there's not going to be much left to transmit. I guess we could get some high altitude data. Okay. It's a little slow to start now, but get some pretty decent gains pretty quickly, I think. Turn on fine controls here. We're a little wobbly, as you can see. Very wobbly, actually. Very much not traveling directly east here, which is annoying. Again, our visual glitch. I don't know at this point. Okay. And not much we can do about this. It's in the upper atmosphere now, though, so it's not really going to take damage. It's going to lose Apoap's height, but that's okay. I'm just going to wait till it's pointed in the right direction this time, and then time accelerate. Yeah, I don't think we should have lowered the speed, actually, because it made it actually harder to control it. Okay, now we got a solar panel vaguely pointed at the sun. Okay. Oh, trajectories mod is working now because we upgraded the station. That's good. Yeah, I don't think this one will make it because it didn't have any eastward momentum, which is bad because we're starting to hemorrhage money here. And I'm bringing it back towards the east here, but jeez. I refuse to believe it's not enough fuel. It's got to be enough fuel. We're not taking another failure on this. It's just kind of silly at this point. It's like it's literally just a matter of like I'm not putting this quite right. No, not again. it's too much money. We don't get that much money for completing these tasks. Okay. Go a little bit more hardcore on our gravity turn here. Seems like we get plenty of altitude. We just don't get quite enough. No, don't you dare go up. Not again. You dare turn north. You're going east, you son of a goat. I don't know why you want to turn north. I guess guess that is probably pretty heavy, so maybe that's why we're turning north. I should probably put it on the east face of our rocket. Okay. It may have gravity turned too quickly this time. I would like to wobble less, but it's very hard to control the wobble because the controls are kind of all or nothing. You know, once we have better SAS, we don't have to mess around with as much stuff here, but dang thing. We stupid. We don't want to time warp though to pause it while we're in the atmosphere though, because it will physics time warp, which will make the G forces on it like way higher. So that was a much more clean ascent. Other than the fact we're tumbling, but not a ton you can do about that. Not without SAS or RCS. Come on, you hunk of junk. Yeah, the atmosphere so we can time warp. There we go. Fuse the blue. There's not enough fuel on this thing, but if it doesn't make it this time, I'll know for sure there's not enough fuel on it. Because that was probably our best case scenario for a gravity turn at the start. There you go. What did I tell you? It's not way more than I was looking for, but we've entered orbit. Contract complete. Orbit Kerbal. There you go. There were those who said it couldn't be done. Yada, yada, yada. Transmit that down and dirty data. Left for the temperature. Nothing left for you. Don't think there's like a probe report, but might as well check. Hibernation. What that does. All right. But now that we've achieved orbit, this thing either deorbit it or leave it here as a testament that we made it. Let's go ahead and deorbit it. Let's be good caretakers of our Kessler syndrome. Might not even have enough fuel to do it, but there we go. Gonna crash over land this time. comes the atmosphere. So you can see descending from a full orbit, go through the atmosphere much slower. It's a lot safer. There's the mun. But it did put us on a pretty aggressive descent plan still anyway. But you'll see that the probe might last a fair bit longer this time. I think the last time we blew up, it was at like 38,000, so. It might reach a similar spot. Okay, it's pretty much similar. Without like a parachute or something to help it out. Yeah, 37,000 that time. There you go. We did it. But we did one reload just because it's like kind of pretty wonky there, but I told you there was enough fuel. I told you. That's all the time we had for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Oh, there's debris out there. If you did, remember hit the like button, keep the conversation going in the comments, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Until next time, I hope you have a good day.